Hey folks, this is Crypto Crickets here, back at it again with another video. Um, we covered already on my first video, May 5th, talking about how to utilize the WebAuth wallet, right? And how to lend and borrow the coins that you've been holding for a while. We made sure that once you download it, you were KYC verified to avoid scammers, having multiple wallets. We also talked about how to transfer those coins from an exchange or a different wallet, right, to the hot wallet, which is the WebAuth wallet, using the correct network based on the coins that you're trying to transfer. We also talked about how to do a little bit of math if it benefits you more lending or borrowing and what you earn, such as loan and the actual coin that you're lending out, right? We talked about that. The other day, we also talked about yield farming, right? We talked about how to use the yield farming platform on MetalX through your WebAuth wallet, obviously. And the first step, of course, that you needed to do was add the coins into the liquidity pool, and then from there, transfer them and authorizing the transaction on the yield farming. Okay, so we got all that and how to get it out. But before we get on to the next part, please like and subscribe. The platform is growing slowly, and I want to keep it. I want to see it grow even more. Hope that some of the videos that I've actually uploaded, you guys have learned a lot and feel more confident in using this platform because it's a 100% DeFi platform if you know how to use it properly. And you see the benefits on why you want to be in a more decentralized market, but something that's a little bit more open and honest, right? Transparency, it's everything. So therefore, now, please like and subscribe, whether if it's YouTube or Kick, okay? And also check out my crypto merch, right? The t-shirts that I've designed. Just type in cryptocrickets.etsy.com. T-shirts for men and women, right? Free shipping. If you kind of forget, you can always go to my bio. You'll see the link right there, and it'll take you directly to the stuff for all the crypto enthusiasts and they want to learn this crypto market the correct way. So now we're going to get on to the trading, right, platform, which is the DEX trading platform, right? So you go into MetalX right here where it says trading, boom, right? And it'll take you here. It'll take you right here. It's going to look like this. Okay. Once it looks like this, what you're starting to see now is you're seeing two things here. You're going to see, oh, hold on one second. Widgets. Okay. What you're going to see is this part right here in the top left where it says XPR and XMD. What is XMD? That's our stable coin, our non-algorithmic stable coin. Why do they have that? Is because we don't really want to utilize so much as USDC, a more centralized network. Okay, we like to have something of our own and avoid as much fees as possible. Okay, there's always going to be like a slippage, but not so much. And when you're doing something like this, because it's a small trading, DEX platform, you don't want to put in there $15,000, $100,000 worth of your money. You want something smaller, maybe at best, at $1,000 in total, if you're going to be doing trades like that. Because again, it's a small platform and it's growing, and then you need the liquidity to grow as well, right? You need the demand to get bigger. So it's going to look like this. Okay, how do I utilize this real quick, right? Well, it's saying that you have to have XPR and XMD paired in order to use this platform to put in a trade. It's a spot trading, not a leverage trading. Remember that. So now that we have that, right, what we're going to do is we're going to go down here, okay, and we're going to look at the bottom right where it says limit market stop loss and take profit. And so obviously the price of XPR right now is at 002773, right? And if you just want to put a limit order, right, it's asking you if you want to enter and you want that order to be filled, it's going to be at 2774. So I'll do that because I know it looks a little bullish and I want to see it go up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, I'm going to leave it at that price, but how much am I going to put? Well, you have XPR right here, amount, and then right here where it says total XMD, right? You're going to see how much XPR and XMD you want to pair. Now, to make it simple, I just usually use the bottom one where it says total, right? I go by the stable coin, and the stable coin, I'm going to use $14. I have $14 in XMD, and XPR, I have $12. So we're going to do $12 flat, right? So $12 in there. That's the entry point right there. You buy, right? You log in, of course, obviously, right? 10 orders, limit order, process, 30 orders from limit. Yes. Enter your PIN. Oops. Again. There we go. Now you see it, right? This limit order is telling us that it's waiting for it to make that order. Once this actually does happen, what you're going to see is it's going to disappear. Once it disappears, right, it says open orders, right? It says right here received and filled. It hasn't been filled yet. Once this disappears, it goes into the order history, or the most important thing is, you see where it says current trading pair? Select that, and it will see once it's actually there. Once it's filled, you're going to see this. Once you do that, you're done. Look, it just disappeared. Perfect. So now I'm going to refresh it again. Perfect. Okay, it took my orders right there. It took $12 worth of XPR and $12 worth of XMD. Now, when you look at your WebAuth wallet, it's going to say that you have a total of $24 worth of XMD. Because what happens is when you take profit or losses, you're not going to get paid back in XPR because we used XPR. You're going to get paid in XMD, right? When you want cash out, you want stable coin, right? That's how the DEX trading platform works. You want something stable. You don't want to keep hopping around from another, a coin that's unstable, fluctuates all the time, right? So that's how it is. And then when I sell, it's the same concept. I sell at what price, right? At what price think it's going to go, all right? How much XMD? Well, you utilize the total XMD right here, where it says it's a total of, let's say, it's a total of like $24, right? And that's how it's going to be. Right, so you sell 100% and it'll show back in there, and that's what you're going to get. So if it's 12 XMDs, you got $24 right now. That's how you're going to get back $24. However, if it goes higher, obviously it's going to be more, and then of course you just hit the total and it will show. Just give it a little bit of a few seconds to fill that order and you're done. Now this goes, why is XPR, and you see all these coins right here on the market list. You see Doge, HBAR, XRP, Solana, XLM, Cardano, Litecoin, right? All the top coins that you're seeing on the all major exchanges, because you can not only just yield, you can not only just lend and borrow, but you can use a DEX trading platform. Maybe you don't want to go back to Coinbase, and there's nothing wrong with that because you can utilize this and make more. Learning how to do this the correct way will allow you to make more money, and that's what we all want. We all want more money. So hopefully this video helps out for you guys on how to utilize this. As you can see, my order was filled. There's no line right there, no horizontal line, or right, that I have to put in here. I'm gonna put at here because I entered at this price, right? I entered at this price, and as you can see, I entered at what price? 2774, right? Which is fine. Oops. 2774. That was my initial entry point, right? And if you totally forget about it, the price is right there, and then you can just do that, right? These are my current prices on XMD and XPR, right? It will show all of my current trades, right? It will show, XPR, XMD right here, the $12. The bottom part right here that you see is I was trying to understand. I didn't know how to do that. But as you can see, it's just a kind of a giant mess. I sold everything, got everything back. But as you can see, this is the correct one right here. Today's date, yada, yada. And that's it. You're done. You don't have to do anything else. This is the benefit of having the DEX trading platform, because if you like the yield farming and you want to utilize it more, right, with metal, it's amazing. You get your yield farming is high, your DEX trading platform profits are going to be good. What else? Your lending and borrowing. You can do all that in a DeFi platform with just using your WebAuth wallet. So I hope you guys like this video. Please give likes and new subscribes. Give comments. I truly want to hear your guys' opinion, if you guys like it or not. And what can I do to get better for, educating you guys on how to use this. But with that, hope you guys enjoy this video. Peace. And I'll come back with another video eventually again.